Alright, let's go and get started. Howdy, howdy, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sharkinbear, and welcome back to the channel, where today we're going to be checking out another build guide in Soulstone Survivors, this time centered around the Paladin. Now, the Paladin is actually a character that I've actually been struggling with. I've tried out all 4 weapons, as well as a combination of different skills from his skill list, and effectively, I wasn't able to make any of them really truly work the way I desired to make them work. Whenever we were going to Titan Hunt, I always felt like I was slogging through a lot of the objectives, including the Void Lords and the bosses themselves. And if I really wanted to make this powerful, one thing that the Paladin is truly missing, you can get them, but that's negative status effects. The only 2 skills in the game, or for the Paladin and his skill list, that can give you negative status effects is Chromatic Slash, as well as Chromatic Bolt. But the thing is, those are going to be dots and not so much the damage over time effects that I really truly want to get, as well as the upfront damage that we want to get from skills. They're not going to build fast enough, not the way that I would like them to build up. So I decided to think outside the box a little bit here, and I think I put together something that everybody should genuinely like as the Paladin. We are going to be using a Sacred Warhammer, and that is because out of all 4 artifact weapons, the Blessed Hammer artifact weapon for his Sacred Hammer right here gives us Purity, and Purity is kind of a theme for this one. I'm actually going to be calling this one the Baptism by Fire build, and what I intend to do is use a specific set of fire skills, and you'll see how I get those in just a moment, as well as keeping in tone with the idea of Holy Fire and just like blasting enemies with a Holy Heat and just absolutely decimating enemies. It's actually going to be really fun. For skills wise, we're going to be using the Blades of Light one. This is going to give us extra prowess, which increases our damage for every stack that we have that, as well as giving us Purity. We are also going to be combining this with Beacon of Light, because Beacon of Light puts exposed on every enemy nearby every 0.5 seconds, and also gives us Purity. Now, it's important to note that the artifact power doesn't actually mean that we have to use Paladin skills in order to get more stacks of it. We can actually end up gaining any skills, and they're going to still give us stacks towards our artifact power. So regardless of what we do, that's what we have. And then, so if we go over to our rune wise, we're going to be doing something a little bit different here for our versatility runes. So the first rune we're going to be taking is Weapon Expert. The second one is Reroll Mastery, and for this third one, we're actually going to be taking, I believe it is Skill Mastery right here. I'm going to show you what skills we pick. So basically, this allows you to choose up to 5 active skills of a certain type that your character would not have access to. Skill pool, and I'm going to go in here, and you can basically pick any element you would want, and you can add it to your character for free. So we're going to go in here, and the skills that I feel like we want to take is, I'm going to take Combustion. I believe the other one is it, I think it's Blazing Ray. No, not Blazing Ray. That only goes in a target direction. Ray of Fire, that's the other one we want. We want Flame Siphon, Firewall, and I believe, where is the other skill at? We're going to take Ember Discharge. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 5 skills. Those are all 5 fire skills we're going to be adding to our table here. And you can mix and match those. We're not going to be able to take all 5 of them, but I do like the ability to take them. You do have to take 5 skills as far as I know in order for it to happen. As far as our tenacity runes go, we're going to take Dash Mastery because we never leave home without it. Elemental Flow, which basically means that our damage from our burn actually takes 100% more often. Duration still stays the same, but you're still just dealing more fire damage every time. The Searing Intensity, because we are going to be doing a lot of burn and shatter with our skills, and Multicast Mastery, just so that way we can have more instances of our spells out there. If you're not familiar with the Paladin, the trait for the Paladin is Divine Inspiration. The Paladin may now find slivers of Holy Light, receiving Divine Inspiration from his gods to become vengeful, receiving blessings, major improvements while his inspiration lasts. So essentially, you'll find like a beam of light that has like an angel hologram or whatever you want to call it, sticking out of the ground, and they're going to basically get a channel in a zone, and once the zone is gone, it'll leave behind like an orb, and if you pick that up, he's going to fill up your holy bar. You fill up the whole holy bar, and you basically become empowered as long as you have holy power. So we're going to check out the build. If you like this sort of build, make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below, and if there's a specific build that you've been using or one that you would like me to try, make sure you list in my comments down below the character you'd like me to try, the skills, the runes, anything and everything included, and I will do my best to give it a shot, and if I like it, I'll showcase it here on the channel as well. Let's go ahead and jump into Titan Hunt. We are, of course, going to be sticking with the non-+1, just the regular modifier for that, but we are going to do the +5 so we can fight the Void King. So let's go ahead and get in here.
hunt begins for Titan blood.
Alright, so here we are. I do like a lot of these skills, so I have been looking a lot at the wiki, trying to get a better understanding of which Titans I would like to fight, so that way to get the best usage out of this one. For the first two, we're actually going to be going after Brokenth, and then I believe we're going to go after Volkage and Viavolt. I believe those give us the passes we want. The first one we want for Brokenth is I'm really aiming to get the one that I really like right off the bat, which is we add Shattered to everything we have, which basically reduces armor on our targets. It's going to be really helpful. As you can see, we have an orb of light right over there. I like this. I'm going to take that. And you can see these little angel holograms that pop up. Ooh, I'm going to unlock this. I'm going to take the firewall. Firewall is really good. And essentially, we're going to just be taking a whole bunch of burn damage. I am going to give myself just a little bit of a start here as far as getting some level ups to go for us. So that way we can make sure we take out whatever the first objective is, including Titans. Ray of Fire is probably one of my favorite skills here. But of course, because we are using Ember Discharge is probably going to be our best skill. And if you're not familiar with Ember Discharges, it essentially removes it removes our fire dots on enemies and deals a percentage of that damage up front. Let's be honest, any of the skills that remove a status effect and then deal the damage over time, they're absolutely disgusting. Look how many Rays of Fire we already have. That's crazy. We got Ember Discharge. Nice. You know what? I think if I could probably get the rest of our skills if I get lucky. If I do this, like banish the rest of these skills, maybe. There we go. I'm gonna lock Combustion. I'm gonna take Ember Discharge. And now, anytime Ember Discharge pops up, we're just gonna see a whole bunch of enemies just absolutely disappear from the screen. And last but not least, I am going to take the opportunity to replace our second weapon skill with can't remember what it's called. Beacon of Light. That's what it is. Because Holy Fire is fine, but Beacon of Light pulses every 0.5 seconds. You really can't beat the amount of stuff coming out of that one. I am going to also go ahead and take guidance there, and we're going to start making our way to the green objective over here. Looks like we got some Tentacles of Heresy that we need to destroy. Luckily for us, you can already see the stacks of Exposed as well as the burn damage showing up for that. It is going to be a little bit slow to start out with, but as we get further into the run, it's really, really going to help out a lot, especially when we have way more fire stacks going out. And, of course, because this is a purity build, we are going to have a lot of our artifact hammers swirling about us. We'll go ahead and take Spontaneous Combustion, because we do want all of our skills to be able to apply fire. And I'm a big fan of how this is working so far. We almost have our Ancestral Spirit, or whatever it's called, for our holy thing. I don't know what it's called. I'm gonna be honest. The artifact trait, or the trait for the Paladin, is probably one of the weakest in the game. For how long it takes you to actually build up the bar for inspiration, even when you buff it, and for how long it lasts, even when you buff it, seems to be fairly ridiculous. Like, I feel like it definitely needs a buff to consider other things. When you take into consideration the other character classes, such as like the Necromancer, for instance, can have his abomination and multiple abominations up at a single given time at that, and then you have this really lackluster buff on your character for the Paladin, it just doesn't feel really good. And I feel like they definitely need to go back and rework some of these traits for these characters. Not all of them feel great. And while I was there, we kind of doing a rant a little bit, we did have a treasure goblin just spawn, so that means we're going to be able to get ourselves a couple of levels here as soon as we clear out this one. We have an XP crystal right here. I'm going to go ahead and channel this one. I do want to try to get myself a couple of levels of magnetic if we could find them, just so that way we can get more out of the actually, I'll take that third swim, so that way we can get more out of the treasure room whenever we get there. And we're only needing about 7 void fragments before we move on to the next section. Now this does feel like it moves a little bit slow here at the start. I won't say that's not fast. I'm not going to tell you it's fast, but I will tell you that as soon as we leave this level, chances are we are absolutely demolish everything else. All right, let's go ahead and go with. I'm going to go ahead and increase the amount of burn damage applied. Multicast. Where's all the magnetic at? Like I am. There's a magnetic. I'm going to take at least one of them. Let's do a little bit of multicast, sure. Go ahead and hit this next objective up. Looks like we got a series of Void Lords showing up here. The Divine Inspiration, the amount of Divine Inspiration you get, that's fine. We'll take it. I mean, I'm going to take it because it does definitely empower you. It's not as strong as I would wish it would be. And I'm not really concerned about taking all the damage that's currently coming at me. I was getting hit a couple times there. Because we're going to heal it up through our purity. Unfortunately, there's nothing that allows you to apply, like, add purity to your attacks. It would be really nice if they had those games. If you had skills that would add purity to all your attacks, that would actually probably benefit the Paladin as well. Let's lock this one and take this one because I don't have. There we go. I need all this extra magnetic. I know that sounds ridiculous. There we go. I want to make sure we get as many levels as we possibly can whenever we hit the treasure goblin stage. It's very important to me because that's like anywhere from 20 to 25 extra levels whenever we. Looks like we have a treasure chest over here by the green objective. Let's go ahead and tackle this one. Just by being in the area of this green objective, we're going to be able to crack this treasure chest up and get a whole bunch of extra stuff. And it is harder to see already, so I am going to go ahead and tone down the effects a little bit. There we go. And the treasure chest is almost popped. About 3 seconds left. There we go. Grab that. Grab all this XP. Merciless, sir. Why not? And go ahead and grab this health while we're out here. And we'll head towards the blue objective, and that should be all the objectives we need in order to take on Broken. Alright. Kill the Sand Scale Fanatics. This is going to be easy. Easy, lemon squeezy. This will be done in just a moment. Oh, we got another stack of magnetic. Absolutely. Almost all of them dead. I thought it was almost all of them dead. Where's the rest of the fanatics at? That one right there? Right in front of us? This guy? There we go. It was. There we go. There's all the XP. We can go ahead and grab a couple things. I'm going to go ahead and go with magnetic and get 70% additional experience. Oh my god. I want all 3 of those. Unfortunately, we do have to keep an eye on our locks. I forgot about that. We're not getting any additional locks whenever we go to the next arena. Mostly because we traded that out for being able to wield fire skills. Here's Broken the player. Let's see how fast we can take him down. Stay out of the range of that. And, we're actually taking him down reasonably quick for the first boss. There we go. Go ahead and take this one. We'll go ahead and pick up Shattered. Let's see. I mean, damage modifier and cast frequency would be really good. And so would Sandscale Wrath. But unfortunately, I think I need more movement, which is not what we're going to get if we take the one that gives extra damage and cast frequency. They make us 30% slower, and you're already probably one of the slowest characters in the game. I'm going to go ahead and toggle off auto level up whenever we're in the treasure room, just because we're going to be picking up so much XP here. I don't want to have to pause 25 different times to select a skill. We're just clearing out this first part of the room, and we already have 10 levels. How crazy is that? Let's see how much we can actually get out of this. The most I've ever gotten out of this 5 levels, and I'm already pretty sure we might actually that. Could be wrong. We still have a whole half of a room to work our way to the back of the room, get delicious XP. I'll go around the outside. 5. So you can see right now, magnetic is absolutely up. I think without any magnetic, I think usually I end up having somewhere around 20. So that is all the XP. We got 27 free levels for that treasure goblin. Let's see what we got. Go ahead and lock this one. Take that one. Oh my god, I skipped both of them. No, I was trying to lock. I didn't realize I missed. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I'm a big doofus. I didn't realize I locked it and I accidentally skipped, I believe, or hit reroll. I don't know what I did, but either way, it's very upsetting. Health, relentless, damage increase. We can reroll these. I need to use more reroll. Magnetic, damage increase, spontaneous, firewall is fine. Area effect, lock the lethality, take the multicast. For each skill you have, type holy, improve your skills without holy, type by 12%. You know what? I'll go ahead and take it. Damage increase, empowering fire, multicast chance of blades of light and beacon of light. Sure. Let's do area effect for combustion. Yeah, that'll be fine. Reroll, spontaneous combustion. They really want us to get that firewall stuff up. Cast frequency of ember discharge, that actually kind of benefit us a little bit. It is a fairly lengthy cooldown for that to trigger. Expansive.
Strength.
We are 27 levels stronger than we were when we dropped in. We're gonna go for Volkage and Vivolt. And the reason why we're going for Volkage and Vivolt, I believe the Titan power for them does that for every stack of Shattered, we can actually get prowess. Basically makes our damage even stronger, like our damage modifier. And when our damage modifier goes up, we actually end up increasing the damage of our fire outright. Stacks it does and how much damage they do. As you can see there, we're already coming online pretty hard. Again, we are 27 levels up for where we probably should naturally be. But that treasure goblin really, really helps out. I'm gonna go ahead and head on to the south of the map to go for that epic objective. Looks like there's some more Void Lords here, and you can see how the multicast really paying off. Our Ray of Fire, it's just got stacks and stacks of lasers coming out of us. It's awesome. There we go. All those guys are down. That up. And oh, Ray of Fire has got multicast. Yes, absolutely. Looks like we have a blue objective here just on the other side of the bridge. And we're only at 7 to 15. We haven't even been here that long, and we're already at 7 to 15 fragments. We did get lucky with the rarity of the objectives. So that really helps out. The fact that we're able to kind of steamroll over the enemy is pretty awesome. We're gonna go powerful strikes. We'll go to the other side of the bridge. And we'll kill all the kobold workers coming at us. And fill up our bar with holy energy as we can. Where are the rest of these kobold workers at? There we go. All dead. I'll take a little bit of armor, why not? Take some survivability, never a bad thing. Go ahead and hit this up. Another set of Void Lords. This should be a quick objective for us to take out. Oh, only 2 Void Lords at that. So, definitely gonna be. For each skill you have type holy, improve. Yep, okay, 28% crit chance with our fire skills. Absolutely. Take this one right here. Take that right there. Area effect on wall of fire. I actually want to do lethality. Build our lethality even higher. We got a green objective right here, so we'll take this one. I want to sit here. We should be able to hit all of the tentacles of heresy within short range of them. Where are these other tentacles at? I wonder. Oh, there's two. There's one right here and one across the bridge. There we go. Increase the frequency of the holy slivers, sure. And we're already moving on to Volkage and Vivolt, so that's awesome. I'm turning down the visibility even a little bit further. Doesn't seem very happy. The cool thing is, last time I was in here, I was dealing damage to them before the fight even started. I had so many effects going off whenever I entered the room that one of the brothers was actually like 50% dead by the time the whole thing started. But luckily for us, we have enough power, we can just roll over them and absolutely demolish both of them. 28% damage modifier for our fire skills. Nice. Oh, and it's not going to let us. So what does this mean? I think this actually happened before. Unable to re-roll since there are no more available power-ups. I believe this is the one. Let's see, second. Let me have here. I'm tapped out on another screen. I want to check this real quick because maybe I had this messed up, but I was pretty sure there was something that said that shattered lead into prowess, and this is all in the wiki. And so I'll link the wiki down below so that way you guys can keep up with it as well. But let's Volkage and Vivolt. Every time you apply Shatter, do you have a chance to get prowess? So I wonder why that's not showing up for these guys, because that should be in here, unless I need to have a prowess skill for that to show up. I guess Cobalt Fortitude would be another really good pick because we get increased area modifier as well health. So I suppose I'll take that for now. A little disappointed we couldn't get the option we wanted, but I guess it's a lesson learned. I am going to go with Mezahet, Terror of the Sands, and then we're going to go back to Bro Kenth. Bro Kenth is going to give us a flame skill that we can use. I'm also tempted to grab another one from Mezahet. There's a couple from Mezahet that can do really well. I'm actually considering the one that gives us, I believe it's extra stacks of our artifact power whenever we're triggering our artifact power, just because that just means even more purity and holy light out for us, and that could be really good. I do wish you could increase the stack of I wish you could increase the power of things like purity. That would be really interesting, but I don't think there's any default way to basically make it to where you have damage modifiers on your purity. I am going to turn down my visibility even further just because of the fact that it was getting pretty hard there for me to what's going on. We'll pick we'll do reroll area bad powerful strikes. We'll do strikes again. Take on the blue objective right here. Looks like this is another set of Void Lords. Go Merciless, why not? There she goes. Frequency of Slivers of Light increased by up to 30% now. Oh, both these are really good. All three of these are really good. We don't have any locks. Honestly, Ray of Fire is also pretty strong. We have a lot of area effect. I think I'm actually going to go with the Lethality, because that's a 12% gain on our Lethality. That's pretty huge. Reroll, I'll go with Spontaneous Combustion there. I'm going to go with the frequency increase. I want to see if we can actually do something with our Angel form, because honestly, that's probably the most lacking thing about the Paladin, other than its innate skill set not being super strong for taking on things like Titan Hunt mode effectively. We'll go ahead and do multiple cats of Beacon of Light. More stacks of Beacon of Light means more exposed going out onto the enemy. Reroll damage increase of Blade Light Ember Discharge. I am okay with that. And we'll head towards the blue objective and then take the XP sitting next to it. The Void Lords? Void Lord. Got it. I'm actually going to sit over here and channel this XP on the side of the map while we wait for the Void Lords to come to us. I'm stuck on a rock. But it doesn't matter. We killed them. Killed them all. Let's see. Do damage increase of combustion. Extra fire. Damage increase of blaze of light. Beacon of light, sure. And again, I'm being hit a lot because I'm playing on a controller, so I can feel the vibration of me taking the hits. But because we have so much purity being affected by everything else, we're actually doing a fair bit of healing for ourselves. I'm actually kind of curious to know what healing looks like. 20%. The slivers of light will appear 20% faster. That I'm pretty. Oh yeah, they're starting to really show up now. Alright, we got a treasure chest over to the right. I think we're going to the south here. Take all these Void Lords. I'm trying to maintain our holy light. That'd be pretty cool if we could actually maintain this. Because the light is showing up a lot faster now, so that is good. Reroll. Burns apply slow, sure not. We got no more rerolls. I'm gonna go with Leviathan. I'm gonna make my way over to the green objective because we only need the green objective and we're free to clear this, and it's more Void Lords, so we are excellent. Take this energy right, and we are going to annihilate the bosses. Increase the burn. All of that. All things considered, we're making good choices here. The only thing we haven't seen so far that probably up our damage even further is the crits may apply your burn. That would be a really good one to have. We'll see how fast we can get rid of Meza Head. Oh, chunks of health disappearing right there. That's nice. And she's dead. I have to go back and look at the video. I actually didn't see a lot of her dying. Now we have Exposed. Exposed wasn't really what I was going for, but Exposed, you know, we don't have any rerolls, so we're going to have to take what we get. That is unfortunately my biggest problem, is that I used too many of my rerolls trying to find a better thing to take. I'm going to go back to Bro Kent. Better isn't bad. And now that everything else does apply, Shattered, everything should be receiving much more damage. But, not what I would have optimally picked. I will start taking Leviathan here, now that we have a decent amount of movement. Tentacles of Heresy. Gonna take these guys down real quick. Oh my god, those guys are melting. There's that last one. Merciless, why not? Got a green objective over to the right, and then we'll hit the blue objective back to the left. Go with damage increase, sure, why not? There we go. Powering fire. We can re-roll. I'll do Leviathan. I'll make this a little bit. Work our way over to the green objective, then on our way over to the blue objective. Damage increase of our fire skills. I'll take Agile. I don't want to waste my re-rolls. Try to be more cautious about them. We have a lot of movement then. That's nice. We can go for extra health or fire. Let's go with a little bit of extra health. that guy. Take some healing. Powerful strikes. I could probably do more fire amplification. Do more fire damage. Oh my god. I didn't even see half those tentacles. I only saw like 2 of them. How many were there? I'm gonna go down to the treasure chest over here. I feel like maybe enemies are dying before they even get to us, or get a chance to get to us. I'm able to basically stand still in a lot of areas. I could probably take a hit from one of these enemies. Easy. Like, I'm standing here, I'm blocking a lot of damage. There we go. We're taking some damage. How fast are we gonna heal that up? We're healing it actually quite nicely. I don't want to like try taking a hit from a boss per se, but I mean, we can at least, oh, there we go, incinerate. Causes a portion of the burn damage up front. That's a really big pickup. Grab that. Damage increase on firewall. We'll head towards the green objective to the north. I guess we could have done with one in the south, but oh well, we're already here. Yeah, now just enemy health bars are evaporating right before our eyes. Just some fiery amplification. It's actually the least amount of amplification I've done for a status effect. Usually by this point, going into the last area, I generally have close to 600 to 700% additional damage from a status effect. But I think I've been harping a little bit too much on other. There you go. Void Lord down. We'll go with damage increase. We're ready to go fight Bro Kent. Let's see how better off we are about fighting Bro Kent than how fast we can take him down now. I do love the fact that we found Incinerate. That is massive. Being able to do a portion of the burn damage up front, and then it being removed to do extra damage, it's the same. He's gone. What do we got here? We can increase our stacks of shatter. We can do increased crit damage. The sand skill wrath. I think that'll be really fun. And now we can trek on to fight the Void King himself. Go ahead and do that one. 16 minutes 22. This is a lot slower than my previous run, but I had a lot more rolls for like crit damage on burns, and probably a little bit more burn damage. This game is this build is still turning out to be probably the strongest Paladin build built so far. Off we go. It does look like we might be here for just a little bit. Last time I was here, I actually got lucky. I had like 4 instances of epic objectives and was able to go to the Void King pretty much as soon as I started the level. Like within a minute and a half, I had everything. Damage increase of our Ray of Fire. It's always good. Expansive, sure, why not? We'll make our way over to the green objective just because it's closer, then we'll make our way over to the blue objective. Man, we are trucking it across the screen with our movement. Not super upset. I am going to turn down visibility. You're going to not be able to see any of my skills, and this is mostly because I'm starting to see AoE. I can't see very well. So like the last moment, I maybe we cleared out this objective, which is nice. Go ahead and start heading for the blue. Looks like we got another blue one across the map we can wander to it. Well, there we go. Those guys are out. Ignition point, critical strikes may now burn. There we go. It's about time we found that one. Spontaneous combustion. I know I can take the other one, but I want harder instant for my burn going out. We have an epic objective right here. Awesome. Take this one. It's Void Lords. This will be an easy completion. Hear those guys just falling down, right? You did. There we go. Fire amplification up. Let's take a little bit of armor. Sure, why not? Got another epic objective up here. I'm tempted to actually take the blue objective because then we can take the purple objective as well and maybe get a couple more levels out of this one. Tentacles down there. Take the expansive, sure, why not? One all the way over here, that's crazy. Alright, now we can head over to the purple objective. Let's do skill chain. I wasn't offered the best passives as I was leveling up, but this build still happens to run fairly well. Void Lords it is. We'll make this quick. Gonna re-roll. Go. There's everything we need to make it to the Void King's lair. Gotta make it over there so we can fight the Corrupted Arcane Weaver. And then we can take on Daddy Void King himself.
The king has opened my eyes. Allow me to close yours forever.
Alright, let's see how fast we can take her out. Her health bar should be melting pretty quick. Yeah, it's doing pretty quick. Might be a little bit slower than I would like it to be, but that's still serviceable for the most part. What do we got for this one? Why is there still AoE? Go. Let's see. Have cast frequency and area modifier. That could actually be gnarly. Let's re-roll. Cast chance or crit chance. We got 87% on our crit chance. Reroll one more time and see what we have to take here. We'll do this one. Ooh, you cause more damage but move slower. I will take that. 110% additional damage. I'm in. We got enough movement where we can actually take that reasonably well. We have 300% damage modifier and everything now. Right. See how fast we can deal with him. I don't know how much the damage modifier is actually going to help out, but it should help out quite a bit. First form is essentially dead. Alright, and then the fight begins. The real fight, I guess. The one where he chases us down. A little bit slower than I would like it to be, but I think that mostly comes down to RNG not giving me what I would want. But we still took him down efficiently.
It's done.
We could have done better with getting more iterations of burn amplification. increase the damage of our burn itself. If I were to rerun like another loop of this, I would definitely focus more on fiery amplification. Either way, this should still be very doable. We're gonna heal up even if we take damage here, so we're good. The build does its job. We're back up a bit. He does a swipe. Go. At least we get to see the fight play out a little bit more, you know? You're generally speaking, I one-shot him in a couple of seconds, so. If I had played too optimally, you still wouldn't be able to see what the Void King fight looked like. And we'll do the area. What do we get as far as our corruption one? Increase the damage, cast frequency, multicast. Yeah, I think that's actually pretty good. We don't have any rerolls, so we'll have to take that one, but we're ending the run anyway, so that's fine. Out of here. So, all things considered, if we look at our burn damage, you can tell that Ember Discharge did a majority of that with 665.3 damage. Beacon of Light actually doing a crazy amount of damage, going at 53.1 billion. Really nice. But the mix and match of all the fire and burn skills really make this Baptism fire build really out. Let's go back to the menu and I'll showcase a little bit of what I have. Sorry I didn't go over the passives again. I should have probably talked about that. But if you'd like there at the end, you can pause the video and kind of zoom in and see the passives I had. But again, you do want to focus more on the fiery amplification. I really wasn't. I was taking a little bit more skills, and I was actually running out of rerolls because I was using it inefficiently, I think. I think it's where a lot of mess up came up, where I wasn't as strong as I would have liked to be. But skill-wise, what did we take? Well, we took Blades of Light, and then we took Beacon of Light. And then we also paired that with Firewall. Let's actually go back to the runes. I'm going to reuse that rune so that way I can show you grabbing it. The Skill Mastery over here, equip that one. Both fire skills that I took that you might want to take. You can try changing them out for a different combination. Like this is what my preference is. Combustion for how much it ticks, which is every 0.5 seconds. We're going to take that one. We're going to take Firewall because it applies burn and weakness. Weakness meaning that enemies take extra fire damage. We're going to take it Flame Siphon because it also does the same thing. It pulls enemies in, does burn damage, and causes weakness to happen. We also took Ray of Fire because of the fact it gives us extra movement speed. It also applies a lot of burn whenever it's multicast. It's crazy how much burn you can actually get out of that. The other thing that we took was, where is it at? Ember Discharge. Ember Discharge will basically remove the stacks of burn to deal percentage of damage up front. Very strong skill. As far as our Tenacity runes, we took Dash Mastery because never leave home without it. Elemental Flow, which basically means that our burn damage, it takes 100% for more damage. And then we have Searing Intensity, which causes us to do a flat 25% extra damage whenever we have Flame and Shattered stacked up on enemies, which is pretty awesome. And then Multicast Masteries. We have more instances of spells go out. As far as the skill tree goes for the Paladin, if yours is not going to be filled up like mine, but if you were to do it, as always, I always suggest going after the Divine Inspiration nodes. Honestly, I would say that if you wanted to not pick up the Divine Inspiration nodes, you could probably get away with filling out the other ones. And this is the only time I'll actually say this, because I actually find Divine Inspiration to be lackluster for the amount of uptime you have on it and the benefits you have on it. I can't even think of the number of times we actually had this active. Usually by the time I look back at my Divine Inspiration bar, it's usually already gone, and I'm kind of left feeling like I don't even know if that added anything to the combat for me. I hope if they do anything to the game, like rework wise, they maybe come back and look at the Paladin's Divine Inspiration. I think it needs re-looked and maybe revised a little. But that being said, that's the build. If you like this build, you want to see more builds like this here on this channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment down below. Or if you have a build that you would like me to try, leave the character name down in the description, as well as the runes and the abilities you'd like me to pick that one. I'll give it a go. And then I might showcase another here on the channel if I really like the build. So that being said, if you like this content, you want to see more of it, make sure you like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I will see you guys later.